Welcome to Pod Talk, where we break down Kubernetes topics into bite-sized, visually explained lessons. So, you finally finished that game you've been working on. Here it is. A browser game in a container running on your laptop. And you did it right. You wrote the Docker file. You built the image. You tagged it. You pushed it to a public repo. One HTML file. One Nginx image. Nothing fancy. The image is built and sitting there locally. You run it locally in your browser using localhost. And it works. That's your first win. But here's the thing. An image on Docker Hub is not shipped. It is just available. Anyone can pull it if they have Docker and know what docker run-p means and are willing to do that to play a browser game. Docker's job ended when it built the image. Now you want to ship it. Maybe Kubernetes can help. However, when it comes to Kubernetes, you don't run containers individually. The smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes is a pod. Pods consist of one or more containers. So you run a pod with your container inside it. Using the o-wide command, you obtain the pod's IP address. And that IP works. You can reach the pod directly via its IP endpoint. Great. However, if that pod was deleted, it would have a completely new IP address. Pod IPs are not stable. They are ephemeral. If you hard code it, your app will be in trouble the first time anything restarts. And there's another problem. If you manually delete that pod, it will stay deleted. Nothing will automatically bring it back. You have to manually restart or rebuild it. Which is why in Kubernetes, we don't run pods. We run deployments. A deployment manages a replica set, which enforces a simple rule. Keep 3 pods alive and replace any that die. When you create a deployment and delete a pod, it automatically recreates itself without requiring manual intervention. While this solves availability, it reintroduces our other problem, ephemeral IPs. When the replacement pod spins up, it receives a brand new IP address. With 3 pods constantly changing addresses behind the scenes, a critical question remains. Which IP address does a user connect to? Kubernetes solves this with a dedicated object, a service. A service provides a single, stable IP address and entry point that routes traffic to your dynamic pods. In the next video, we will dive into Kubernetes services to explore traffic exposure and stable networking. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Pod Talk for more Kubernetes videos.